All right, guys. So here's the final part. What makes a good hero, and we've established pretty much, but now we're just pretty much just rambling. It's the first time that what you guys call the Trinity is together. So I'm just having a blast with it right now. Uh, but definitely, guys. Tyler had somebody he wanted to talk about, and T hit it.
Yeah, this basically takes place after, what we were talking about of unintentional heroes. Two different characters. I'm going to start with King. King from Tekken. He doesn't do it for fame or glory anymore. He does it out of vengeance. Like, if you get, he's not the intentional hero. He's just out to beat Kane Marduk's brains out.
True, true. For killing Armored King, or what we thought was Armored King, killed his brother. Uh, so yeah, King is a good example. Who else did you have?
The other one is from Full Metal Alchemist. Believe it or not, of the unintentional heroes is Roy Mustang. I never saw him as like a true hero. He is nothing more than he's a publicity whore, you know?
Oh, true,
Yeah.
true. I would say also in terms of anime wise, you could kind of say Baki's kind of that way as well. He's kind of a unintentional hero. What does he really want? He wanted his father's approval in a way, and what does he get in return? He don't get shit for that. You know, his father still doesn't look at him as being at his level, and he still doesn't get the gratitude. His mother, Jesus Christ, his mother, if you want to accept, was a slut. You know, let's put it like that. All right, I don't want to use that word, but she was pretty much a slut. She didn't care about Baki. Yeah, she would seem like she did, but she liked being in a dominant state from Yujiro. Yujiro come in. I mean, who would come up to somebody and say, "Okay, I want you to bear me a child, and his name's gonna be Baki." Basically, knowing I want it to be a boy. I want you to name it this. And the only person I can ever think of like that is Moroku from Inuyasha, always coming up to girls and saying, "I want you to bear my child." But you know, Baki is definitely an unintentional hero. Here he is, got the gratitude from all the people that he's trained under, people he's even beaten and fights. You know, I know probably nobody wants to hear this. I'm talking about my viewers, but you gotta say, not unintentional, but kind of the misfit hero, and Naruto is like that. Here's a kid that was shunned by the entire village, because he was different. But then in the end, what happens? He saves the village, and he finally gets the gratitude of what he rightly deserves. And I'm talking about that's in Shippuden, if you don't know about that. He finally gets the gratitude that he deserved after his sensei died, and the whole village comes up to him and cheers him and picks him up, gives him a hero's welcome. And when I saw that episode, guys, I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I actually shed a tear for that, because I'm like, wow, he finally got the rightful credit that he deserves. So that's a little bit as well of heroes like that. What do you guys? Anybody else have anything?
I was just gonna say, getting back to the whole Baki and the Yujiro thing. Baki's Yujiro is pretty much a monster, and that's
Yeah.
Baki's biological father. And
Yeah.
Baki could have easily ended up just like Yujiro.
True.
He has the same blood in him and everything, but he decided, you know what? I'm not gonna be like you. I'm gonna be a better person than you. And I just love characters like that who, even though their parents are, even Rock from S.M.K. His dad.
Rock Howard. Rock Howard.
He's,
Go ahead.
Yeah, he said, his father, Keith Howard, was like, "Oh, look at you, you're not my son. You're weak. You're too weak to be my son." But he took that and was like, "You know what? Forget you. I'm not going to be like you." And I just love characters like that.
Yeah, heroes like that, where Victor is talking about heroes that were born maybe into crime, but they don't want to be that way. I kind of could say somebody like Ravenger, Deathstroke's daughter. You know, she's with the Titans now. She's with the Teen Titans, and you know, she talked about one time. She said to Damien, she said to get my father's approval. You know what I had to do? I had to take a knife and pull one of my eyes out. You know, basically to be just like him. And you look at that and you're like, geez, like, Slade, you're a bastard. What the hell's wrong with you? You know, but here she is fighting the good fight with the Titans and not trying to be in the shadows of daddy, you know. And that's what Victor's trying to say, you know. Baki, you know, has all the tools to be a Yujiro Hanma Jr., but he's not, you know. And in a sense of that, you know, you take that and you're like, okay, I get that. And I do like heroes like that as well. Go ahead, V. Go ahead, T.
I actually like also, you know, companion piece to what Victor said is like I said earlier in the video, Prince Zuko, he was like that. He could have easily stayed a villain, but we saw him evolve into a hero. And, you know, the other character we could say about that is Duncan from Fire Breather.
True.
Mm-hmm.
And
then you have...
Go ahead.
And then you have the characters like who pretty much take that and go the complete opposite. Sasuke.
True.
He was a friend of Naruto, and now he's pretty much becoming. He's going down the Darth Vader route, where he's pretty much, you know, going to be like Anakin. He might grow up to be, you know, a Darth Vader like character. It's crazy.
Yeah. And then there's those characters like, let's take fairly much the most dysfunctional family in video games, the the Kazumas. Okay, look at them. You know, I have never understood how Jun Kazama fell in love with Kazuya and had Jin, and now look at Jin. Jin has become pretty much, he's in that Darth Vader syndrome version. He's not a good guy. He's not a bad guy either, but he's on his own path. But in Tekken 6, he's pretty much the bad guy in that. You know, him and his father, that family is just cursed to begin with. Let me put it like that. You know, we find out later that they not only is they're most dysfunctional, there's another family member in there, Lars, and he's the son of, you know, he's basically the bastard child that Hihachi had on the side. And you're like,
yeah,
man, like, God damn, yo, what is with this family? You know, it's crazy, you know, to think that way, but yeah, it's like that, you know, it really is. But, you know, heroes like that, you know, that are in a dysfunctional family, it's amazing that they do come out and do the things they do if they are lucky, you know. Sometimes they're not as lucky. How do you feel about that? Go ahead.
Oh, sorry.
No, go ahead.
I also like characters like Vegeta, who was a villain at first, but he, you know, throughout the series, something changed. I like seeing characters who start out kind of bad and eventually, you know, they see that, you know, Vegeta was pretty much told by Frieza, I want you and your people to go around and take over planets and kill them for me. And Vegeta had to do that, and, you know, he pretty much is planning to take over and kill Frieza, but eventually it wasn't him who did it, it was Goku, but still, he saw, you know, even though he had a rivalry with Goku, he had a problem with him, he still saw that, yeah, and Goku was right. And I like characters like that as well, like Vegeta.
That's good, yeah. T, any last words?
Is it the end already?
No, I'm just said that.
But yeah, seriously, you know, like, what you said is, like, the other people we could put in there is Songbird.
Songbird, yeah. Songbird, yeah. She's another one. Your favorite character, I believe?
Well, favorite female character in the Marvel Universe, but the other one we should talk about is the Secret Six. They're evolving to become heroes, in a way.
Yeah, true. And, you know, with that being said, guys, you know, you take all that what we talked about, there's really no indefinite answer to what makes a good hero. You know, we discovered that with what makes a good villain, you know, and the same thing what makes a good villain. but with all we said, the characteristics are there. No matter what, we feel with what we like. In a hero. Whether it's they could be no matter what race they are, because I'm not into that. I'm colorblind when it comes to stuff like that. But personality wise, origin does play a good, you know, but we all feel that what makes a good hero, there's different versions of what we like in heroes. Victor talked about how they were villains at first. They mend their ways and they became the heroes that they are now. I like heroes like that as well. One of my favorite Yu Yu Hakusho characters, Hiei, was like that.
Oh yes.
Hiei was like that. Hiei was a villain that fought Yusuke, and now look at him. But you kind of can still see, like, is he really good or is he bad? Could he snap at any minute, or will he stay good? A hero that a person I'm not gonna mention, and you won't get any satisfaction out of me saying it. But I'm not going to say it because he's dead, and I'm glad he's dead. So I'm going to leave it at that. Okay, so everybody should know who I'm talking about. But he's dead. He's dead. But you take other characters. There's so many characters you can say where where I like them, and I liked how the character development has progressed between them, or I like them, but they still have work to do. They still have work, and that goes through TV, cartoons, as well as comics and anime and manga and things like that. There's no specific media where it's just okay. That's they're heroes, but they're better. There are different medias that show good heroes. No matter what. Whether it's whether you're a Thundercat person, look at them. Whether you're He-Man, look at them. Those characters are said to be uncorruptible. He-Man. I've never seen He-Man try to be corrupted by anyone. I've never seen Skeletor try to corrupt him or anything. He's still He-Man. Look at young heroes like Generator Rex. Look at him. Mm-hmm. Rex sometimes blacks out and he don't know who he is, but he still works the good side. Ben has this great power, and he can go the route of being a complete badass to a point of, I could take over the earth and nobody's going to stop me. But does he do it? No, he doesn't do it, because in a sense it's kind of good that the Omnitrix came to him when he was a kid, when he was younger, because when you're a kid, it's more like you look up to heroes like that, And that's my final words on this subject. What about you, Vic? What's your final words on?
I think a lot of characters have really come a long way as we've grown up and seen them. I definitely want to throw in a famous comic book hero, the Hulk. The Hulk has been many things. He's been a gentle giant. He's been through a lot, and stuff with World War Hulk and Planet Hulk and all that. But now look at him. He's got a son and a family and all that stuff. And can you say that guy is a hero? I would say so.
Exactly. I will definitely. He has his own team. He's got all. He's got him. He's got Scar. He's got all three She-Hulks with him, and he's got his Warbound buddies as well, and of course his best friend Rick Jones, aka A-Bomb, with him. So yeah, the Hulk is prime example as well. Final words, T?
For me, it's no matter who they are, where they came from, or how they do it, whether it's for money, glory, or just a simple thank you. They're a hero, and they're going to be watching out for the people they protect, no matter who they are, if they're persecuted or not.
Mm-hmm. So that being said, guys, we have established what makes a good hero, and I hope you guys enjoyed this. So for all those who've been calling us the Trinity, look, you got your wish. We're together for the first time. So I just like to say thank you to my two brothers for coming on. And they're going to sign off. So this is Mount Vernon Kid. And
Is it Black Gory?
And Deadpoolzilla.
And I'd just like to say thank you guys. And the opinion spot is done. And peace, one love. Stay tuned. Keep it real. We're out of here.